princesses. hide it in my car.
Oh, that's good. Yep.
Yeah.
Over there.
All night long.
Yep, cool.
To have you here tonight.
Chers amis, bienvenue au parc Walt Disney Studios. Nous sommes très heureux de vous avoir tous ici ce soir.
In order to officially open the evening, please welcome Laura Janice Jedic and Michael Giordano.
Everyone, and welcome to the Walt Disney Studios. We are very happy to host this ceremony.
Bonsoir à toutes et à tous, soyez les bienvenus à cette toute première édition de Disney FanDaze. Cette soirée est votre soirée.
This exclusive party is your party tonight with a unique entertainment program.
Un programme de festivités spécialement conçu pour vous et exclusivement pour ce soir. Pour l'occasion, ne manquez pas d'aller à la rencontre de tous vos personnages Disney préférés. Ils vous attendront aux 4 coins du parc Walt Disney Studios.
All your favorite characters will be here tonight, and also some rare ones that you don't see every day, so watch out. Don't forget to go to Hollywood Boulevard, where for the very first time a brand new character will appear here in Paris. Oh my Hortensia.
3 fois dans la soirée, Shake Your Ducktales avec Dance Your Ducktail Parade en compagnie de Donald, Riri, Fifi et Loulou pour ne citer que.
Max will be also here tonight for an exclusive concert here on Production Courtyard. Max Live, getting goofy with it, with dancers, special effects, projections and even more.
Ne manquez pas la conférence d'Andreas Deja, célèbre dessinateur et Disney Legend, lui aussi présent parmi nous ce soir. Il vous apprendra même à dessiner.
And come and sing with us at Imagineer for Oswald Sing-Along Challenge. So as you can see, a lot of things are going on tonight.
Mais pour ouvrir officiellement cette soirée, mesdames et messieurs et vous les enfants, merci d'accueillir Mickey, Minnie.
Please welcome the President of Disneyland Paris, Kathleen Powell.
Good evening. It's fantastic to see so many of you. Hey, Mickey and Minnie, you look beautiful in your FanDaze outfits. Beautiful. Welcome to our very first Disney FanDaze, a special event for very special people. You are our best ambassadors. You love and cherish our brand, and you inspire us to do more, to create more, and to be the very best that we can be, and we love you for it. And that is why we've created this special event tonight, which, as you've heard, has special moments, special characters that we hope will surprise and delight. So thank you for coming, and thank you for being you. Have a wonderful evening.
Please welcome our Master of Ceremony, Charlie.
Good evening everyone, and welcome to Animagique. Bienvenue à tous. I'm Charlie and I'm delighted to be with you guys tonight. Je suis ravie d'être parmi vous ce soir, and even more because tonight we have the true honor and pleasure to welcome on the stage a very special guest. She really insisted on meeting you guys tonight. So why don't you help me in giving a warm welcome to our Presidente, Mrs. Kathleen Powell.
In 2014, I went to Australia for 2 years with my family and ran all of Disney's businesses, so consumer products, feature film releases, ESPN, websites, theatrical stage shows. And then in 2016, I was invited to come here. So that was my short story of how I got to Disneyland Paris.
Back into your childhood, what is your first memory as a child about Disney?
Well, when I was about 6, I asked, or maybe 5, I asked my parents to rename me Aurora. So that was, I don't know why, but it was Aurora. They refused. And then my second memory, which must have been shortly after that, I wrote to Father Christmas, so I must be about 7 or 8, and I asked him for a pair of glass slippers. And the next morning, imagine my disappointment when Father Christmas said that the glass factory was closed. So I never had my glass slippers, but actually, you can see behind me, I did get a glass slipper from the release of Cinderella, the movie that would be released in Australia. But those are my 2 earliest memories.
Everyone has been really excited about the 25th anniversary here at Disneyland Paris. What's your best memory about it?
That was, I don't know how many of you were here on the 25th, on the 12th of April? Yes. Oh my God, I mean, that was just incredible. The sun shined like it is today, which was so great because April's not necessarily known for its sunny days. The parks looked beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We'd done all the work to get it ready. We had the grand celebration in the morning, and then we had my favourite bit, which was the cast member flash mob, which was just fantastic. It was a very, very, very special moment. Any cast members are here, it was the day that I had my chair de poulet.
Maybe we will give you again the chair de poulet, because I think we have the video, right, in the booth. Should we take a look at it?
On est trop surexcités, on prépare ça depuis déjà plusieurs semaines. En équipe, seul, vraiment jusqu'à hier soir très tard, on avait vraiment envie d'être prêts. Voilà, ce matin ça s'est super bien passé, on a des frissons, quoi. Il fait beau, c'est magnifique, la journée ne peut qu'être magique, voilà, c'est les 25 ans, donc on a vraiment hâte d'y être.
Bonjour à tout le monde et merci pour tout ce que vous faites pour aujourd'hui.
C'est vraiment un rêve de petite fille qui se réalise. Qui déjà travaillé à Disney et en plus d'y être pour les 25 ans parce que c'est aussi mes 25 ans, donc j'ai vraiment hâte. Le placement beurre, c'est trop fort. Ah ouais, ça va déchirer.
Chers cast members, vous êtes 15 000 passionnés et représentez pas moins de 500 métiers. C'est vous qui êtes Disneyland Paris. Sans vous, Disneyland Paris ne serait jamais devenu ce qu'il est aujourd'hui. Joyeux anniversaire, happy birthday et merci le profond de ma cœur. C'était une journée incroyable pour moi, j'étais tellement émue. I'm honored to be with you. Have a wonderful day.
C'était super, c'était une super aventure, une super expérience. Vraiment une super bonne ambiance, génial, fantastique. C'était bien.
C'était extra.
Génial. On est allé au 25e, on est trop fiers de travailler. Et comme dit ma copine, franchement, c'est quoi que c'est génial. C'est fantastique.
De la joie, c'est génial. Il fait beau en plus, on a de la chance. Et voilà, c'est un moment qui va être marqué. Comme pour le 20e, j'étais là et je suis content d'être là pour le 25e.
On avait envie de pleurer, on était excités. C'est génial. C'est une aventure à vivre, franchement, génial.
It's incredible. It was definitely, it was and remains the best day of my career to date. Definitely. Amazing day.
So, the Festival of Princesses and Pirates is now finished. Yeah, wonderful. But the Summer of Superheroes launch is coming up next week. There's a lot going on here lately. What can we expect next? Can you tell us?
So yes, we finished Princess and Pirates, which was amazing. I don't know if any of you have seen some of the YouTube videos of our guests from tiny ages to adults clearly here tonight who learned the choreography. Exactly. And it was just incredible. And to see the little princesses who joined their idols do the choreography with them, that really caught the imagination of our fans and the cast members, I have to say. And the final battle a couple of days ago was wonderful. So that's a new season, and then the Summer of Superheroes, which launches in a few days, our Marvel event, which is, we've got a fantastic show that the team are working on for that. And what we're really trying to do is introduce more seasons and events like FanDaze. I mean, FanDaze is a first. We've never done anything like this. No park has done something like this before. We're trying to do more events, a bit like Electroland that we did last year that we'll do again. We have our fun runs, our Disney runs, and we're doing more the seasons like the food and wine. So we're trying to, throughout the year, create experiences for you that are diverse, that appeal to lots of different interests, and basically keep a beat of product, if you like, a beat of experiences throughout the year. So yes, it's something that the team are very, very focused on, and it's part of the history of DLP. We haven't, Disneyland Paris, we haven't had the investment that the other parks have had, and so we've really had to lean into entertainment. And I think you'll all agree that the entertainment here, our parades, our costumes, are some of the most beautiful of all the parks, and so it's great to be able to do even more with that.
Are we allowed to tell them about the Lion King back too?
There's the Lion King. I'm always worried because I'm terrible at, I've got my comms here, I'm terrible at sharing things prematurely. So if you've said it, I'm guessing it's okay. Yes. That we've got our Lion King next year, which will be unbelievable. I mean, that film is going to be fantastic. So that's a very special season. So we're continuing. I mean, Season of the Force, which was new, will come back. We're continually trying to do new things, and we've had lots of requests for Princess and Pirates to come back. We definitely want that to come back.
Definitely. So, who's your favorite character then?
Not Aurora, despite my disaster name. Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. Why?
Because just look at her. She's just like, what's not to like?
He recently met the French president, Mr. Macron, at l'Élysée to announce an historical investment. And in fact, Macron even referenced Disney in his speech in Vivatech. So could you tell us more about this multi-year expansion plan? Could you?
So can we go back to that photo a second?
Oh.
I just want to point out where I was Those knees are Bob Chapek's knees, and I'm about here. I was close to President Rappel, who spoke perfect English. He was very, very impressive. Golly, we started at a I started at a very difficult moment in July in 2016, which, as many of you will remember, I started 2 days before the Nice attack, and saw the business just disappear. It was awful, and morale, I mean, generally in France was pretty low, but it was terrible. And we just, Disneyland Paris and the cast members and fans who keep us going did best was sort of just carry on, get ready for the 25th, and it just all came together after the 25th. This artistic vision, incredible, that Mr. Tom Fitzgerald, sitting in the front row, has been part of pulling this creative vision together, and it's so exciting to have this. We'll have the lake as our sort of focal point, and we'll have our lands, have Star Wars Land and Frozen, and obviously Marvel Land, which has already been announced.
Walt Disney World Resort, Disneyland Resort, and Disneyland Paris. So that's a lot. How do you feel about it?
Sort of in awe. It's an incredible, it's so exciting. I feel every emotion, honestly. At the moment I feel every emotion. Incredible honour to be doing it, incredibly excited, incredibly emotional about moving from here. Disneyland Paris was my first park love, so will always have a special place, and I'm still obviously going to be connected, but we're moving, so it's a big deal. But I think for me to be able to have the view of all three parks, and the domestic in particular, and see what we can leverage for Disneyland Paris. I mean, Disneyland Paris has for so long been on its own, doing stuff with its own budgets, and what it can do with the challenges that they've had, particularly because we weren't part of the Walt Disney Company. Now we can see where there are synergies and opportunities. You can see things like when we announced our Marvel Land, we announced Marvel Land in Hong Kong and also at Disneyland, and we're looking, you can see that you will know that Ratatouille is going to Epcot. So I think there'll be many, many opportunities for more synergies like that.
Is this how they actually learn from and inspire each other, all of the parks?
Yes, they do. I mean, each park has a distinct nature, and as I said, I've got Tom sitting there, and he'll be able to speak to this far better than I can, but there is something that is authentically Disney. Bob Iger, when he talked about Shanghai Disneyland, talked about it being authentically Disney but distinctly Chinese. And when you look across the parks, even parks that are as similar as Disneyland Resort and Disneyland Paris, they have their own identities. And what we've done, we talked about the seasons earlier, we've done a lot here to try to give Disneyland Paris its own identity and something that appeals to our European and our French guests. And so the park's always different. If you look at World, each of the lands has its own DNA. So there's a lot that's different, but there's a lot that's the same. So it's going to be very exciting. But I do think that there'll be a lot that can be shared, and having that overview will make it much easier.
That makes me want to show you a little trailer, and I think we're all going to have the Chair de Poulet again. Roll it.
All around the world, every single day, we set out to make magic on land and at sea, in destinations around the globe, all with one goal in mind: to welcome our guests. Since we began this amazing journey, over 2.5 billion people have traveled along with us. And yet, after all these unforgettable moments, we're just getting started.
What will you miss the most about Disneyland Paris when you will be gone?
Cast members, obviously, and our fans who are so... There's the people. There are wonderful fans and wonderful cast members in the other parks, and I'm so excited about that. But I have a very sort of special affection for our cast members and our fans here. They are amazing. I'll miss our castle, which is obviously the most beautiful of all the parks. I won't miss the grey skies or the rainy weather when the parade is called off, although it's rarely called off. I mean, it's incredible in what conditions. I remember the first time I was here, I was like, oh, well, they're not going to do that, are they, in this weather? I said, no, everyone's fine. It's incredible. I'll miss Paris as well, but I will be coming back. This isn't goodbye.
And what would you like people to remember as your main legacy here at Disneyland Paris?
Well, I hope not the shed poulet. that's not very serious. No, I feel that I am a moment in time for Disneyland Paris. I've been given the sort of the honour of caretaking Disneyland Paris and the brand, and looking after it and cherishing it, and then I'll hand on to my successor at one time. So I feel I have a role to play. So it's more, what I can contribute in that time. I hope that we started together, my time, as I said, at a very, very difficult stage, and I really hope that together with the cast members, we've managed to sort of bring more optimism and pride in what they do. It's incredible, and I think there is a real pride for where Disneyland Paris sits at the moment, in Paris, in France, and with the Walt Disney Company. I think we're in a very, very good place, so I'm delighted to be leaving with that.
This is Walt Disney Studios today, and this is tomorrow, which we're very, very excited about. So we're really in early stages of this, and it is always inspirational to have an artist give you a vision of where you want to go. But I'll share some of the things that Catherine did, maybe tell you a little bit more. But one of the challenges for this park is that it has a circulation path that I call the boomerang, which is off to animation and off to rock and roller coaster on this side, and it's lacking some of the DNA of a classic Disney park. It's lacking a main street, and it's lacking a hub. And so the notion in this one is that we're doing a different kind of main street, which is more like the Tuileries in Paris. We're going to do a beautiful garden walkway that will take you down to the lake, which we're super excited about. And around the lake will be a number of immersive worlds that you will step into. And I'm sure by now you've decoded what some of those might be for now, but obviously Frozen. What we really want to bring to this park are more immersive lands and immersive worlds. That frankly it's been lacking, and that it needs to have. And I think Ratatouille's given us a taste of that's what we want. We want to step into a world and be completely surrounded by that, and we want more of that, and we want it at a bigger scale. And we also know, I say we because I'm a fan like you, you also know some of the things that we're doing around the world that we want to bring here, things that we know you want to see. As you're moving down toward the lake, Elsa's Ice Palace is going to be, if you're from California, I might say Matterhorn-esque. It's going to be drawing you down to the lake. And then all along you're going to have beautiful gardens. The lake, as you can imagine, will be a fantastic place for entertainment spectacles, day and night. Fantastic viewing, fantastic for our entertainment team here to give them a beautiful lake to work on. And then I think if you go off to the left, you might recognize that Star Wars is coming to Paris as well. And then off behind me on the left, you're already aware of the fact that Marvel is coming to part of the park that's already here. So it's going to be a combination of bringing placemaking to some of the existing facilities for Marvel, and then creating the room for this park to grow. We have a lot of room for this park, and it's exciting to take this first phase of the park to open it up and to bring you, obviously, these stories and attractions that we know you're excited to see.
Be still. This is Phantom Manor.
And that is Vincent Price. Who you probably know from Thriller, but obviously a very famous horror film actor who did some early recording for Phantom Manor. And one day I got a call from Kathleen Powell, who said, "Tom, is there any way we could bring the Phantom Manor Vincent Price tracks back?" And I thought, how did she know about this? How does she know about that? She's amazing. And so we went back in the morgue and we found the tracks. And when we bring Phantom Manor back, you will see how we've found a way to bring some of that original into the show. We're also bringing some of the magic up to this century with some new magic that you'll discover in the attraction you know and love. And I think we will, from a storytelling standpoint, we will reveal at long last exactly who the Phantom is. So, stay tuned.
We will stay tuned.
Part of the Dance Your Ducktales Parade!
Okay, everybody, are you ready for a new adventure?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Paris, where today's fresh faces become tomorrow's top stars. Now get ready to meet a bright new super talent as he makes his big debut. Sir? Name's Goofy. I'm Max's dad. Yeah. Now, please step away from the microphone and stop fiddling with those power cords. Sorry. You're just trying to help my son Maxie. Right. Will someone get this guy out of here? Cue video. Roll on the band in 5, 4, 3, 2. Get ready to scream. Get ready for Matt Live! California!
Dad, what are you doing here? I'm in the middle of my show.
Hey, boy, what a show! Don't worry, son. I'm just helping out down here with a few of these power cords. You just keep on doing what you're doing. I'll get this working better than ever.
Don't worry, everyone. It's just my dad, and he was just leaving. Okay, let's get this party jumping. Let's get wild! Give it up for officers Jimmy Hawks and Nick Wild, all the way from Zootopia CTV.
Hello there! So cool to be here tonight!
Wow, what a crowd! Look at that!
Come on, guys, join in!
Bye-bye now. Send a postcard when you get it.
Does this mean I didn't win?
Well, I gotta go, amigos. But you rock on!
Ow! Thanks, amigo!
Did someone say amigos? Because wherever he goes, we go!
Jose! Pachito! You made it! It's the three caballeros, everybody! Minus one.
Are you kidding? He's better than both of us. Shall we, queridos amigos?
Saludos, amigos. A fond greeting to you.
My pleasure.
A warm handshake or two. Old friends
Oh, I'm sorry, Lexi. I was just trying to help.
No, not that.
Work hard and you can make that big dream of yours come true.
That's it. You know what, Pop? We're gonna make a dream come true right now. Cue the finale. All right, come on, Pop.
Notre soirée Disney FanDaze touche à sa fin, mais tous vos personnages préférés ont tenu à venir vous dire un dernier au revoir et vous rappeler à vous tous que c'est vraiment chouette d'être fan.
Dear friends, our Disney FanDaze evening is drawing to an end. All your favorite Disney characters are here to say bye-bye. It is so much fun to be a fan.